Hey everyone, welcome back. This time I have a slightly different video, which is basically just a request for all the world creators out there to just do a simple thing to make their worlds look just a little bit better. So the topic today is spectator-enabled mirrors. I'm going to start with mirrors, but there might be other objects. But if you apply this principle, it should be easier in the future for you to apply it to other objects. So I was seeing a lot of feedback both in the NeosVR stream that was on this Friday and just in general conversation over the past week about how people were starting to see worlds where they were a spectator, but they couldn't do things like turn on mirrors or turn off performance options or turn on lights or things like that. And I wanted to kind of fix that. And there were a couple of people suggesting, hey, maybe Neos should make some changes to fix that. And the answer here is that Neos already has a very extensive way for you to enable yourself to fix this. And I just wanted to talk about it and show you the recommendations. This is based on a prior video I did, which was purely based on spectator-enabled mirrors. So I'll link that below, but this is kind of an updated one with some new information. So I want to start by just showing you the components and the setup and then talk about how you can help. So if I go over to Smooth POV, I'm going to grab a dev tooltip, and I'm in Viridian Island, and the reason why I'm in Viridian Island is I predicted that this hasn't been done to this world. So if we go into the roles here, and we go into Spectator, for this to work, all I need you to do is find touchable permissions, hit add here, type the word Spectator in, and then save your world. That's pretty much it. What this does here, this list here, is it allows people that are in the spectator role to touch things which are tagged as spectator. So anything tagged with spectator will be enabled to be touched by a spectator. You can also, although this is optional, you can go up here to the grabbable permissions here, and you can add spectator here as well. And now anything tagged spectator, they'll be able to grab. I would recommend doing both, as some UI elements, like the custom UIs that Polylogic Stroke Coffee or Small Cookie have made use grabbable rather than touchable to control UI, so I'd recommend both. So just put Spectator in both of these, and then say you have a something that you want to enable for spectators. So here's the mirror button for Viridian Island. Just inspect it. Go up to the top and tag it with spectator. And you're done. If everyone starts doing this, and if everyone making mirrors, if they tag the buttons on their mirrors with spectator even, if they tag the checkboxes here, if this is local, like this Fireflies checkbox, I'm not sure if it is, but if it is, then I would also recommend tagging that as local as well. Yep, this is local as well. So you can tag this one with spectators as well, or spectator, sorry, not plural, spectator. I keep saying plural. So just go up here, tag it with spectator. And now spectators in your world can turn on and off the performance options. If these are local as well, which most of them are, I'm aware. Yep, these are local as well. And they use touch toggle. That's great. Just tag it spectator. Spectator. There you go. And now spectators will be able to toggle those options on and off. So this is great because it means that people in Viridian Island will be able to toggle on the high performance mode if they're on a potato computer. They'll be able to toggle on and off the Fireflies. I actually don't know what the Fireflies one does. Oh, that. Yes, I remember that. I remember that used to be on by manual, like by default, but now it's toggleable. And spectators will be able to toggle that on and off. Not sure if street lamps is localized, but if that was localized, you could probably also tag this slider with spectator. There is a value here which is pink, and there is value user override. So yep, just tag that as spectator as well, and then save your world. I just noticed on the slider something else, so I'm going to highlight that as well. I highly recommend for things like performance options and stuff like that, see this persistent overrides thing that you've got on values override. I'll link my values override video. Uncheck that. If you uncheck that, then you won't end up with this big list of overrides that are saved to the world. It won't save them to the world. It will leave them there. This means that this won't grow over time if you just accidentally save a world whilst people are in it. That's highly optional. I just thought I'd mention it because I saw it there. And with spectators being able to touch these things, you would probably end up with more values in your values overrides as well. So just tag this again with spectator. And there you go. Now spectators can turn the street lamps on and off to their heart's content. How else can you help, you might be asked? So inside Neos Essentials here, inside the mirror folder, I requested that the Neos team would tag all the buttons in here with Spectator, and they have. That doesn't do anything on its own. You have to opt into the system at the world level by doing the steps I showed you earlier. But if we take, for example, the really popular mirror here, this one, flip this around, and inspect the button here. I'll just grab it from the root, it seems. There's the button. So the button here uses a touch toggle, and it's tagged as Spectator. So if you do this to your world, any mirror that you spawn from Neos Essentials will automatically support this. Any mirror from the Neos Essentials mirror folder will automatically support that. So just tag things with Spectator. It's really easy. Just open up everything with the dev tooltip, tag it as Spectator, make that one change, which I'm going to show you again. Go right to the top, go to roles, go to Spectator, type the word Spectator in grabbable permissions here in this list, and in touchable permissions in this list here. Make sure that the modes on both of these say whitelist, so whitelist here and whitelist here. They do by default, but if you touch them for other reasons, they might not. If you have any questions, please do let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. But this is just a plea from me to start letting spectators, do performance options, mirror options in any world by default. They won't be able to grab stuff. They won't be able to save stuff. Those are all controlled by other settings. Check my permission stories. If you are confused or like more information, do let me know. If world creators today start making this change to their world, in a couple of months' time, we'll have new people to Neos that are flagged as spectators being able to turn on mirrors. They'll be able to turn on the performance options. I'm kind of repeating myself at the moment, but that's fine. I'm really trying to get the point across. Just make those quick changes, and we'll have much better worlds for spectators in the future. Thank you. I will see you next time for more usual content, such as tutorials behind the scenes. This is just a one-off. Bye-bye.